Hello, everybody. This is Jackson Kerr. I'm the business agent with Teamsters Local 320. I'm here with Alex, who will introduce himself shortly, but we're going to do a quick presentation of the working conditions survey that we put out to the security division membership in Hennepin County, and then also talk to you all about some of the things we're going to be negotiating this session. So hopefully this week will be done in about 10 minutes. We don't want to take up too much of your time, but this is important information. So we hope you'll follow along. So just to introduce ourselves quickly, I'm Jackson Kerr. I'm the new business agent with Teamsters Local 320. I'll be helping you all out with contract negotiations this year. And I'm working pretty closely with the security division workers on this round of negotiations. So that's who I am, and then I'll introduce our steward and security division.
Hey, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Alex. I've been with the county for about a year and a half in the security division. I'm the acting interim steward. I've been working with Jackson as soon as he came on board, and we put the survey out, and that will help us determine what course of action to take with our current contract negotiation. So here's the background to the survey. We put it out just towards the end of June. We received a healthy number of responses. We've got the demographics, if you're interested, listed below here. So we had 23 security officers, 2 lead officers, and 1 dispatcher who completed the survey. So now we're just going to touch quickly on compensation and PTO based on the survey results, and moving forward what we're going to be looking at in our negotiations. So as you can see from the survey results on the left, there was a lot of disagreement as far as fair pay. So it's tough. I know we look around, we see other individuals who are with other agencies who have the same title but seem to do less work than us, getting paid more. So that's something we're going to be focusing on, leveling that playing field. We've been losing too many good folks with lots of experience, and we want to tamper down on that and see if we can keep all that experience in-house. If you look over at the negotiation proposal, basically it just comes down to cost of living increases that actually keep up with inflation, and then including retroactive increases for current employees. So that way we don't have what happened last time where pay scale got bumped, but everyone who is currently at the county basically had to fight and got left in the dust for that. We're looking at a higher increase for PTO accrual rate, raise on the number of comp time hours that we can actually bank. Current limit's 24. And then we're also looking towards going back to creating a pay augmentation system for employees that do temporary lead work. So if your lead is gone and your supervisor asks you to write a schedule or assist in something that the lead would do, we're looking at making a system where that's trackable by hours and everyone is held accountable that's involved there.
Right, I'm going to talk quickly about work environment, some of the survey results we got from this. So as you'll see on the left, there's some pretty striking figures here. Generally, we've got majority of people not feeling comfortable bringing concerns or critiques to their supervisor. 95% feel that if they're critical, it could negatively affect their employment with the county. 91% agree there's a culture of retaliation within the security division. And many people do not feel that we're being adequately consulted about changes in policy that affect workers in the security division. So there's a couple proposals we're going to bring to the table with regards to this. The first being we want to try and negotiate a non-discrimination article that would prevent the county from retaliating against people on the basis of their age, race, gender, and also whether or not they get involved with the union. This is something that some of the AFSCME locals have actually negotiated with the county, so there is precedent for that. Then we also want to negotiate some language that forces the county to forward us any new policy changes and also allows us as a union to respond to them on at least a quarterly basis.
So now we're moving to shift bid and investigations. I know this has been a hot topic recently, so we wanted to address it. So if you look over at the survey results, more than 1 out of 3 people have been subject to a formal investigation in the past 5 years. Out of everyone who was investigated, 1 out of every 10 was prohibited from participating in shift bid due to the results of that investigation. So we all know what happens with investigations. What we want to do is level the field so that it's fair for everyone, and there's not a use of shift bids as retaliation um, when it comes to investigations. So what we're looking at negotiating is new language that requires the county to provide all employees with a designated private space to participate in investigations, because right now a lot of it is over Teams. It's not clear when, where, who, how. So we want to basically do away with that, make a more formalized process, hold everyone who's involved accountable. And then we also want to end the practice of officers being denied the right to shift bid and location based on their performance reviews and or the results of an investigation.
Right, and then just quickly on work-life balance. So we asked people about a few things related to this topic. Um, Close to half of people said they don't feel it's easy to get time off requests approved. 70% have been denied a time off request in the past 5 years. 56% agree there should be a required time frame for receiving responses to time off requests. And then finally, almost 90% of people who completed the survey have been mandated to work overtime recently. So, just a couple proposals on these pieces. We want to try and negotiate a mandatory response time frame from management to PTO requests, so people aren't left hanging when they put in some sort of PTO request. And then also, we want to make sure that people who are working mandatory overtime are reporting that to us as a union, and we as a union feel like we should know when the county's posting that, just so we can kind of keep tabs on how frequently it's becoming.
Yeah, and I just want to put one more note on there. The reporting aspect there is really important because I'm sure, as a lot of you know, there's a handful of people that get mandated a ton. And we have a policy in place that was written by the county, and we're just trying to come in and say, okay, you have this policy. We should be following this policy so that the same people aren't getting mandated over and over and over again if they don't want to work the overtime.
All right, so just some quick next steps. Now that we have the survey done, we kind of have an idea of what are the big issues that we're going to need to fight this round. We do have some initial dates from the county for bargaining. So our first negotiations date will be September 6th, which is about a month away as of the recording of this video. We're going to be finalizing our demands in the next few weeks. Alex and I have already started putting on paper some of the bargaining demands we just discussed. We are looking for additional security division personnel who would want to join the bargaining committee. Alex will be participating as the steward, but I think it would be very beneficial if we had 1 or 2 people, especially people with experience in the division, who would be interested in serving on the committee. So if you're interested, you should reach out to us. And then also, if there's anything we haven't discussed so far that you feel like needs to be included in the initial contract proposal, you should also get in contact with us and let us know, because time is ticking and we need to get some of this stuff finalized soon. So,
And then if you have any additional questions or comments, always feel free to reach out to myself or Jackson. If you have any issues or concerns that you need to talk about outside of the survey, or for the survey, we've included our contact numbers. And of course, you can always reach out to me personally, either on my personal cell if you have that, or my work cell, which is listed here.
Yeah, and one last piece is we'll be staying in touch with you all during negotiations. I think we kind of want to improve the communications that you all are getting from the union based on past experiences. So look forward to hearing more from us. And like Alex just said, if there's stuff that comes up, even if it's not related to negotiations, feel free to reach out. And that includes if you're in an investigation or if you feel like the contract's being violated and you want to file a grievance, you can reach out to either of us about that.
And
So
just a quick note on grievances. Grievances are super easy to fill out. I've filled out, uh, I think, two at this point. And basically, every time I filled out a grievance, it has caused someone external from the division who doesn't understand the amount of policies, procedures, and administrative guidance that we've been given to look into things. And it's very helpful because both the times I filed a grievance, basically what I've wanted and what the policy has been followed. So it's been very helpful. It's not too hard. It's something that we're more than happy to help you fill out too if you're confused with any of the paperwork.
yeah, so I think that's about all we have for you all, but we'll be in touch, obviously, and we hope to hear back from you soon. So thanks for listening.